everyone, and welcome to the Tarot with Titania reading of the week for December 27th to January 3rd, 2024-2025, bridging the new year. And we'll pull a card for that new year so we know what we need to know about this. Also, please remember I'm doing a draw in January for those who've left a comment underneath my video on YouTube for the Winter Solstice 2024 reading. So if you haven't done that already, please go like, subscribe, and leave a comment, and I will put you in that draw for a reading. And for those of you who might like to have a New Year's reading for the beginning of this brilliant new year that we're going into, I am available for online readings, and the information is below this video. And with that, I invite you to close your eyes. Let's take 3 nice deep breaths together and get into this reading. And with that third exhale, just imagining a tree root coming down out of the base of your spine, going down deep into Mother Earth and grounding each of us here and now in this present moment. Knowing that this tree root is not only anchoring us and allowing us to be fully here now, but it is also providing us with a conduit through which anything that no longer serves us can easily pass down into Mother Earth and become compost for our new good growth. Creator, this is your daughter Titania, and I'm here with all of your children, and we are about to do a reading for the week of December 27th to January 3rd, bridging 2024 into 2025, as well as pulling through information about what we need most to know about the year ahead for 2025. My intention is to be a clear channel for the information we most need to receive right now, and to provide this in a manner that we will easily and effortlessly hear, understand, and integrate for our personal and collective highest and greatest good. I call upon my higher self and the higher selves of all those listening, as well as an overlighting angel of communication, to be present and facilitate this exchange, ensuring that it happens in the highest and best way possible, and that we cover all that is in our personal and collective heart and mind at this time. I want to thank and invite the 4 archangels for coming and holding the 4 directions around us across time and space, creating this sacred container of light, of clarity, wisdom, healing, insight, peace, and discernment. I invite Raphael to hold the east, Michael to hold the south, Gabriel to hold the west, and Uriel to hold the north. Thank you for coming. Anything that doesn't match these frequencies and intentions of love and light is welcome to go now. Onward and upward, shall we? And we have the 4 elements represented here. We have water, earth, air, and fire. Of course, we are the 5th element. Humanity and love, life embodied, holding all those elements. They make up our bodies. It's kind of an important sacred good thing. Okay, so let's pull this week's reading. What do we need to know, Creator, for this week, for our highest and greatest good, so that we can be at our best, holding our highest frequency of light and love, and setting ourselves up in good ways for this coming year. And we'll pull the 2025 card in a little bit. Okay, so what do we need to know now about this week of December 27th to 2024 to January 3rd, 2025, please, for our highest and greatest good. Okay, so we're starting with the Death card, the end of the old, beginning of the new. We see these cocoons. That's it. That's the word. Cocoons at the bottom here, representing new life. When that caterpillar crawls in, they turn to liquid goo and they reemerge, completely metamorphosized as a butterfly. That quality of energy is what the Death card represents. It's that utter transformation, that complete and total change. This is sitting in the position of the recent past, or this energy of the past. It's information from our past that is important for us going forward into our future. So this quality of death, of endings, of fresh new beginnings that come from those endings. We've all experienced this in our lives. We've all been through significant endings, whether that's a piece of our life, you know, from childhood to adulthood, whether that's a relationship that's ended, whether that's finishing school and moving on into something else, a career, whatever that may be. We have all had experiences of something ending, absolutely, And with that ending, the space that's created for the new life, for that new beginning. So this is informing us this week with our reading at this end of the year, beginning of the year. And it's important for us to realize that things are ending, things that no longer serve us. I mean, this is the beautiful thing about being human. We're always, always, always on a journey of transformation and change and growth. And we can go kicking and screaming, or we can go with some intention and consciousness and deliberation to creating the life that we want to experience, at least having the mindset and the perspective that will serve us best in that life change. So as we move forward into this new year, this awareness of endings, and I would encourage a familiarity and a comfort with this idea of endings. It's always discombobulating to have radical change. It's always discombobulating to have serious endings. And yet, from our experience, we know that good things come of it. We know that life has changed. We know that new things are coming out of the ending of what was. This death card also, for those of you who are curious, can also represent physical death. That is an absolute certainty, for sure. But in this case, it's this idea of death in our experience, of having come from things that ended, and then the openness and the new beginnings that started as a result of that ending. So that's the significance sort of in the reading this week. So we're going from this space of new beginnings, and we're moving into the card of oppression. This is the card in the present, and it's the Ten of Wands. You see the guy is carrying this very, very heavy load. He's all bent over. It's so heavy. Wands, creativity, inspiration, and passion, but this isn't the usual joyful, jubilant energy of the Wands, which is all about that generative potential we each carry within us, and that we're encouraged to follow, that kundalini rising energy within us, that beautiful rising energy of life flowing out through our form into the world, through our own particular iteration of that, as each of us is unique. But this is sort of the story of heaviness, of density, of carrying somebody else's ideas rather than our own, or being burdened by those conventions and ideas and concepts that aren't ours, and allowing that to make us heavy and dense and unable to express ourselves. So this is interesting, sitting in our present environment, coming from this energy of endings, things that have ended and they create space. Maybe part of what needs to end is this idea of, why are we carrying what we're carrying? Why are we giving energy to these things that no longer serve us, that are not related to us, that are somebody else's unfinished business or somebody else's idea of how things need to go? And please don't misunderstand me. We all have collective agreements, and it's important for us as a society to have those structures in place so we can live together in harmony. But maybe some of those are not serving us. And so this is a time of looking at that, of saying, is this really what I want? This one precious life, am I living it the way I want to be living it? And if I'm not, why? What might I be holding on to that's limiting my creative generative expression, my ability to be the highest and clearest expression for life and love that I am? And so this card of oppression in our present environment, what's stopping us? What's keeping us from being all that we're here to be? Limiting our expression. Again, that idea of things getting in the way. Near future, we have this beautiful card of fulfillment, which is a lovely energy. It's emotions. That's what the heart's cards are. It's the water sign. And so we have this energy of fulfillment, that rich expression of being ourselves, showing up, being seen, being affirmed, being appreciated for who we are and what we're doing. This energy of contentment, of ease, of well-being. The good feeling we have at the end of the day of having done a day of good work. That's this quality of fulfillment. And this is the energy that we're moving towards. So as we create room for the new, as we let go of what no longer serves us, we have room to find our fulfillment, because my idea of fulfillment is different than yours. What brings me to that peaceful, contented, happy space within me is going to be different than what takes you there. And understanding we are all different. We're all human. We have 2 legs, 2 arms, 2 legs, and etc. But we're all here doing life in a different way. Different expression, different gifts, different aptitudes, different interests, different yes. It's all really important that we be the unique expression that we are. Otherwise, we all be the same. We would all be exactly the same, and it wouldn't matter. But that's why we're different, and that difference is important and needs to be celebrated. So going forward into our near future is this lovely energy of fulfillment, basking in that joyful well-being, letting ourselves do the good work. And it may not even be about external recognition. I mean, that's certainly part of fulfillment. I mean, it's been part of, we all love to be appreciated. Let's face it, that's, we're community animals. But what do you need? What do I need? What do we need as individuals to have this energy of fulfillment in our space? Because, as I said, it's a quality of contentment, of ease, of well-being. It's really, really important on this planet at this time. We've talked about this before, how our good energy helps to offset the kookiness on the planet. When we can find ease and contentment and fulfillment and groundedness and presence, we're at ease within ourselves. Those who come into our orbit are at ease because we are. And that feeds out into that collective field of humanity of which we are all part. We are supporting that lovely energy to kind of go out into the human field and do good work simply by being in that human field, bringing that good feeling energy to the collective. So it's important. It's not just some random thing. Our fulfillment is important, not just for our well-being, but for those around us and for the human family's field. And, I would say the earth even benefits. The David kingdom, they really are impacted by our emotional bodies. This is an interesting thing that I learned about some time ago, is this: if we want to be in relationship with the natural world, we need to be mindful about what energy are we putting out. And so our love and our high frequency energy is something that can be really nourishing to the collective field of which we are a part of, our environment, so to speak. I'm going all the way deeper here than I meant to. And our negative energy also has an impact. We change frequency, we come down, we become denser, we become heavier, we become more contracted. We're not as flowing. Our field gets heavy and dark and dense, so we're not flowing life force energy. But it's also harder for us to connect with our environment when we're in that state. We're not able to create a resonance and a communication and an appreciation and a flow with the environment of which we are part. So just perhaps because it's come up, it may be important, is just to be aware of finding that place of good energy and connecting with your place on the planet from that place. I encourage love, appreciation, gratitude. Go out, hug your favorite tree, touch the waters with love, with appreciation, and let that beautiful energy with fulfillment, and let that energy add into the collective field of the planet, the earth. Because again, the trees are like transmitters of this good energy. So if we can co-create with the natural world, it's quite powerful. I probably should pull it in or we're going to have a very long reading. I hope that was helpful. Let me know in the comments below. And if we need more information on that, I'd be happy to do that too. So let me know about that in the comments below. Our co-creative relationship with the natural world and the energies of that world, whatever you call them. Okay, back to the reading. The foundation card. This is why we're having the reading this week. We have the energy of the world. Last card of the major arcana, but of course it's not the end because it's a cycle. It just keeps going and going. It's a spiral on an upward trend. So this lovely card of co-creative energy of we are the dancers with life. We're not here as passive participants, not having any impact, thinking we're just here to eat and breathe and sleep. No, we are deliberately in these human forms. We came here with intention. We didn't come here to just sort of be passive. We're here to co-create with life. We're here to make amazing things happen. We've talked about the yes again and again, which is that collective of things that inspire and get us into our highest enthusiasm. Those are the aspects of life that we're called to be involved in this life. And they're shiny to us and compelling to us because it's where life wants us. It's the agreement we made with ourselves and with life itself to come into these forms in a particular way with a particular way of looking at the world and a particular skill set and interest set. That's us. That's who we are. That's what we need to be. And that's the direction we need to go towards. And so this card is reminding us that we are co-creative elements with the life force. We are participants. We're not wallflowers. We are dancing. We are on the floor. We are making things happen. And it's up to us how vivid and intense and glorious and rhythmic that's going to be, or how dull and boring and uninteresting and I hate to use the word regret, but we are in this particular iteration of ourselves this one time. This one time for me to be Titania, this one time for you to be you. And it's an amazing thing. And it's finite. And it's glorious. And we need to do it really, really well. So the foundation card, why we're having the reading this week, is this energy of the world. Major arcana, part of our soul growth. Why we're here. We're here to be the dancers with life. Co-creating with life, taking our cues from all the inspiration, all the people, all the opportunities, all the events that happen to us, make us feel certain ways, make us do certain things, learning about ourselves, becoming bigger as a result of that awareness, and making different choices consciously. This incredible threshold that we're at right now to be more conscious and deliberate and awake and aware, and doing that thing that's called life from that place of awareness and that place of beauty and intention, leading to this glorious energy of fulfillment, being on our purpose, which is our shiny yes. We discover the yes, we follow the yes, we go in the direction of our yes. All our people are there, all our opportunities are there. Everything that we want is where the yes is, because that's where life, our agreement with life, is designing us to be. That's why we find it so compelling and exciting and enjoyable. It's life. It's our dance with life. So this is our reading for this last week, last week of the old year, first week of the new year. This endings, being familiar and comfortable with this energy of death, of what happens when one thing ends and the space opens up for something else. We all know it. We're familiar with it from losing loved ones and going through the experience of the hollowness in our lives when we lose that person, and then the filling of that space with the new relationships or new opportunities or new things. It's never the same. That precious person is still part of our field, but they're not there with us every day, and so that changes it, changes the energy. Or, like going from high school to university, or from elementary school to high school. That's a very, very big change in an individual's life, and we're different. There is a distinct difference. And so this energy of that dramatic change, how do we get comfortable there? How do we own it and have it and be it with ease and grace? Whose stuff are we carrying? How burdened are we by this stuff? Mental, emotional, spiritual, physical. What's in our field that's keeping us from accessing our enthusiasm, our joy, our highest expression of our talent, abilities, and gifts? That's this card of the Ten of Wands and the card of oppression. We are phenomenal generators and creators when we give ourselves permission to flow with this. Here we have the card of fulfillment, the Nine of Hearts. It's the energy that we're moving towards this week, is this energy of feeling good, feeling at ease, feeling the satisfaction of doing the work that we're here to do, or doing what we came to do, and feeling peaceful and good about that offering to life. So just finding ourselves in this place of fulfillment as often as possible, cultivating fulfillment through awareness of our good work, through awareness of our contribution, and appreciation and gratitude for what we're doing, the opportunity that we get to do it. Just giving ourselves permission to honor this fuels that energy of fulfillment and well-being, and that's good for us. That's good physiologically for us to feel fulfillment, and it's good for the human field. Foundation card, why we're having the reading, the world. We are doing it all. We are here in intentional dance with life. We're not here to be passive wallflowers. We are here to dance, to engage with life, to bounce the ball, to switch it up, to follow our yes with great enjoyment and enthusiasm and see where it takes us. So this card of the world, as I said, it's the last card, but it leads into the Fool again. So this beautiful cycle that happens once more. That's where we are. It's like an ending of a cycle and the beginning of a new one, which ties into this energy of the Death card. 2025 is going to be an important year. I mean, they're all important in their own way, aren't they? But I really feel this one is a critical year for us as individuals in the transition that we're going through as humanity. What do we choose? Are we mindful? Are we intentional? What are we cultivating with our thoughts, our attention, our will? If we're the manifestors and the creators of it all, it's up to us. Get out from under the burden. Get into fulfillment and satisfaction. Follow the yes. That's where all that good energy is. And participate. Make life the way you want it. Reach out. Make beauty. Make connections. Celebrate this glorious existence, because it isn't for very long. I'm not saying the world's going to end, but I'm just saying our human lives don't last very long, and we're only in this iteration this one time at this very special time on the planet. It's a very precious opportunity. Okay, and with that, let's pull our card to grow on and then go on to, well, no, let's pull the card for 2025 and then we'll pull a card to grow on so we can integrate all of that. Okay, so we got the world. They're good cards. They really are positive cards. And, you know, it's this ongoing reminder of we're on the field. We got to keep moving the ball up the field if we want things to go in good ways. It's not to mean that we won't have setbacks, but how we adjust and adapt to them is really important. Okay, so Creator. This upcoming year, 2025, as we call it in our calendar, this fresh start, new beginning, that energy of something, initiating, starting something. What is it that we need to know about 2025 for our good and the good of everyone whose life we touch as we do this work together on this planet at this time? It'd be helpful for us to know about this energy of 2025 for all of our highest and greatest good, so we can navigate it most efficiently and effectively and with highest joy and satisfaction and fulfillment. Generosity. So we have a theme for 2025, this energy of generosity. So this is an earth element card. And the earth element, if you're familiar with astrology, think of Taurus, right? It's that quality of energy of all the good things that make life so great to be in a body. Good food, good company, beautiful things, useful tools that do a good job. That quality of energy. It's also money, it's shelter, it's nature, it's our beautiful bodies. It's all part of that field of the earth element. And the Six of Pentacles is this quality of generosity. It's this flowing of our life force out into the world and allowing it to flow back to us magnified. As we sow, so shall we reap. And often it comes back to us in a greater format than what we put out. 2025 is calling us into this energy of sharing that beautiful flow of what makes life good. It's being ourselves, it's sharing our talents, it's coming together in celebration of life, it's enjoying being in a body, giving ourselves permission to enjoy it. So many times I think we get in our own way. If I look this way, or if I do this, or if I'm this fit, or I'm this, then I'll be happy. We have to be happy on the way to our goals and our destination. It's very important for us to have that sense of fulfillment and joy and satisfaction as we go, to be generous with ourselves, because that makes everything so much better and easier. The effort that we put in is softened. The results are amplified. It's just a different experience than struggle and push, push, push. This flow, this generosity, this goodness with ourselves, goodness with others, always from an appropriate place, of course, because, well, we are human and we do have, certain needs and certain limitations as to our resources. But this beautiful energy of generosity, the field of generosity, what does that feel like? What does that look like? What does that taste like? How does one be in the world in this space of generosity. But that's the energy of 2025. It's going to change. We are going to change a lot. And how do we flow life from that really beautiful space? So this, we've got a lot of glare on the cards. So this is our card for 2025, the Six of Pentacles, generosity. So earth element, we're going to enjoy that a lot. And now I'm going to pull the card to grow on. Summarizing this reading, as we go forward from this reading into the world with the understanding and the distinctions that we've gained, how do we take this information and integrate it and make it useful so that we can be the best version of ourselves that we can be, for our good and the good of everyone we love and this beautiful planet we love and call home. Our card to grow on for this week and for the beginning of the new year is, oh, the Nightmare card. Okay, so the Nightmare card is a reminder that we are the ones creating our perspective. So when we have a nightmare, just again, for example, when we have a nightmare, when we're in the dream, we believe it's real. Our heart beats fast. We cry out. We sometimes are crying. It is a very intense experience. And then we wake up and we realize, thank heavens, it was just a dream. And so our card to grow on for this first week into the new year is this energy of the nightmare. Where are we not waking up? Where are we not seeing that we're caught up in a story, in a dream, a nightmare? How can we have a different perspective on what is happening in our lives so that we are empowered and we can make different choices and we aren't at the effect of what we're experiencing? We wake up, take that deep breath and come back to ourselves and say, oh my goodness, okay, yes, this is intense. Yes, things are going on. Yes, this isn't what I want, but what do I know now? Taking that broader, wiser, higher perspective with the breath, that creates the spaciousness so that we are more aware of what it is that's important to us so we can make better choices from an informed place of what do I prefer, from that incredible contrast that helps us to know what we don't want. And that's definitely what this card is about. What don't we want? That contrast really helps us to be powerful in our lives if we let it. It's very challenging sometimes when we have contrast and we really don't like it. We can often fall in the hole of inviting everyone to witness our contrast and agree with us about how terrible it is and complain about it and be stuck there for a little while. It's a very human thing to do. We all do it. And it's okay. But it doesn't serve us very well. And it's going to be important going forward that we be resilient and adaptable to this. There's going to be opportunities for us to get really clear about what we prefer because there's going to be stuff going on that we don't. How are we going to handle that? How are we going to engage with life? How are we going to be the dancer with life and continue to pull in what we want from this dramatic contrast? Because it is in service to our good. It is all for us. However convoluted and contorted and completely beyond comprehension something can be, it's all for us. When we step into that position of mastery, of ownership, of getting behind the wheel of the bus of our lives, everything changes. Not necessarily easy, but everything changes. Our relationships to others, when we change, everything changes. So our card to grow on going forward, starting this week, is this card of waking up from the nightmare, realizing we are not at the effect of things, that when we wake ourselves up and we have a broader, wiser look at things from that higher, loftier place, we can see things that we won't see if we're caught up in the emotion and the drama of something. And we can make a different choice. And it's powerful when we do. So, nightmare. Time to wake up. And it sounds so glib and so easy to say, and I know it's not when we are so human. But we are a lot more than just our little human selves. We're spirit and human bodies having this incredible experience. And the more we can remember that, it does make it easier. And with that, I invite you to take a nice deep breath. Close your eyes, come home to yourself. allowing this information to settle in your field as is most helpful and supportive of your good, the good of all those around you, and your contribution to this magnificent existence and this place we call home on earth. Creator, this is your daughter Titania. I want to thank you for the information that has come through for this reading, and I ask that we continue to step forward and say yes to our yes, that we continue to step forward and dance with you in this incredible experience of embodied life. I want to thank all those who helped to hold this space this week and going forward into this new year. I ask for blessings and insight and grounding and tools and resources and good people, all that we need to come towards us with ease and grace so that we can be all that we're here to be, that we can connect with who we need to connect with and get on with what we're here to do so we can really be deeply fulfilled and enjoy this experience to the best of our ability and add unto the good that is all around us, agents for each other's good. Thank you to all those who helped to hold the space this week. Thank you to you, once again, for being here, for offering your energy, your presence, your field to our collective gathering here every week. It really is what makes these readings possible. And I wish you a beautiful, happy New Year 2025. May it be filled with all the good things in your heart that you are desiring and wanting to pull in good ways, both for yourself and for our collective human family and earthly experience for all life here. Clean water, clean air, clean soils, beauty, health, well-being, relationships, connection, care for the earth, care for each other, offering our best and being deeply, deeply nourished and fulfilled in the offering of our good. I wish that for all of us in this year and going forward. Much love and light, and I will look forward to seeing you again next Friday. Lots of love and take care. Bye for now.